part out.
I'll do something. I was outside all goddamn day today.
Oh shit.
7 hours straight.
Trey,
This motherfucker. No talking.
Been different 2 days.
Oh yeah. Man, set up a mic for your man.
Nah, man, this ain't me, man. This y'all. I just wanted to be in the atmosphere. That's all. Exactly.
All right, come on, babe.
Sweaty, dirty.
Nah, I ain't saying get it with camera. Just set up a mic for him.
Oh no, I'm good.
And we have to use the mixer. That's why I was asking if you had another mic line.
What?
Everybody in this spot.
Okay. On song? Be fantasy. Ready? Yeah. Ready. But I didn't pick nobody from this team.
Oh, you play fantasy too? Hey, you play
Nyla,
fantasy
do me a
first.
favor.
Relax. Who you picked up?
Oh, no,
I'm
just
in
keep
3 different
time.
leagues. It just depends.
Hour and a half.
But I didn't pick nobody up from these
Just
teams.
hit it with that. All right, ready? Everybody
You
ready?
want me to-
Today we're in.
Do you want me to text you?
No, just wave me in. Like when we're at the 5 minute mark
5 minutes to an hour.
to an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Okay. Got it.
We're in. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody. This is Inebriated Podcast. It's your host, Sam C, and my co-host.
J. Dat, one holder of the Soul Equestrian Collective in the building.
Welcome, everybody. We are here today in September. It is September, I believe, 5th. We are joined here today by the up-and-coming, very popularized on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. Practice starts Monday.
Hey!
Hey!
Hey, yo, check one. This MJ's practice starts Monday.
APSM.
Practice starts Monday, baby. Let's get ready to get lost.
It's so long since we said that.
Right? I was like, fuck. It's like riding a bike, though, right?
Yeah, door open.
That's all.
What's going on, guys? What's going on? They are joining us here today. We are shooting here live, and we're going to have this edited preview for you guys later next week. We're just going to be starting off, getting to know these guys. They're joining us here for the first time ever for you guys. First, here we have Check.
Yes, sir. Check one. Before we get started, I want to give a little shout out to the people in the background. We got Burns. Burns, I see you, Burns. Smile. Go ahead. Say what's up to the people, Burns.
What's up, Burns? What's up, Burns?
What's up? That's the system.
We
got Nice in the back with us today as well.
We got Miss Nyla. She's going to be executive producing this one.
We're gonna give him credits. Spending money up there.
For sure. We got Trey. Trey just joined us. We're good, Trey. Trey has been on a previous episode of ours. Chef Et Teresita. So that's for sure. And
my name is Michael John. I am 5'10", dark brown eyes. I do like long walks on the beach, preferably at night. Keeps my skin light. Let's say credit scores from 6s, low 6s.
Low 6s.
Been a
Okay.
tough year.
You just got out of a relationship, huh?
2020 is mine. I said that at the beginning of the year, but 2020 is mine.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
I respect it.
And of course, J. What's going on, everybody? Here we are. We got a new episode. We're bringing obviously new content to the people. I've been getting a lot of feedback from the comedians that I talked about on our last episode. Shout out to Uproar Comedy. Shout out to Nick. We're going to be getting into that a little bit, because they're definitely going to actually be featuring on a few next episodes. But we're going to get into you guys right now. Practice starts Monday. Tell us all about it.
All right. Well, it's a show about nothing, but about something, right? Am I right? Check. Am I
I like
right?
it.
It's about everything. So we touch on, daily topics, some political stuff, as far as abortion laws, anything from some hip hop, depending if it pertains to us or if we like it. Everyday shit people don't want to talk about. Abortions. Like I had a question that I asked Check, and maybe you guys can answer it too. But I was wondering, when let's say a girl has 5 abortions, right?
Right.
When she dies and goes to heaven, are the babies there? Fucking with her?
Yeah,
Mom!
What?
Yo!
I'm 10 now.
She's a serial killer.
She got like 10-year-old, 8-year-old.
That pussy is a death trap.
And you go to the club and your boy see you and you walk through there like, nigga.
And she was killing him with Apple Jacks. That's what it was.
It was. I heard that.
You didn't make it either.
Damn.
We were rooting for you.
I heard that if you get a girl pregnant, the quickest way to take care of that, and take care of anything, guys.
86, right?
Advil, a mouth out, and a flight of steps, and maybe cocaine.
I eat a hood abortion.
Pretty much.
$400, right? Much.
It sounds like it worked better. It
It's
sounds
not
like
the
it
right
worked way
direction.
better than boiling parsley.
That used to be an old technique back
What,
in the day.
parsley?
Trust me, it doesn't
Yeah.
work. It doesn't work.
And they used to just stand over the hot ass pot thinking that their period would drop. That's an old ass
So
practice.
wait,
Wait,
I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. All right, maybe
What you
Y'all
talking
never
about?
heard of
You
this?
get mad parsley. You
Right.
boil it, and she's supposed to drink the tea. $576 later, I realized that is an old wives' tale.
Actually,
Parsley tea.
right. Obviously, he's been in practice.
just straight parsley. It looked like an Instagram chef's wet drink, just parsley everywhere.
Yeah, it's pretty strong in iron. That shit would have iron deficiency. I'll tell you that.
That's foul. I think top 3 hood abortion, dog. PG what you eat.
I'm telling you.
Parsley
But
tea.
that's essentially what we talk about in the podcast. Amongst other things, we're going into season 3. We film on the 10th.
Congratulations. Shout out to that.
Season 3 will be premiering on the 16th via YouTube and whatever platforms we're on now with iTunes and SoundCloud, Spotify. So we're trying to get out there and slowly but surely, but we're trying to find our place in this wide podcast world because it's such a niche. It's not so much niche anymore. So.
Oh, for sure. Especially with like all the actors, especially comedians now.
Mhm.
This is their voice. This is their platform. And I don't know if exactly you guys are the comedian styles on your show, but I mean, I would try to say we try to bring the comedy here as much as we can from a South Florida perspective, especially a South Florida perspective specifically because, like, I don't think people understand like the real life that we live down here, like living here. Obviously, people come and visit from Wyoming, Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri. I mean, I met people from all over
Very
the country.
transient community. Very
Right.
transient based.
But when, after the vacation's over and people got to live the 9 to 5 of every day here, that is what we try to bring to this platform specifically. And I wanted to see how different it was coming from you guys' platform. Like, does practice starts Monday mean sports? Does practice starts Monday mean it's a new week, it's a new day? Like, what does it bring?
So it was essentially a saying that we. So for example, if we went out as a group, and I'm gonna use Burns as an example.
Please.
If you did something that was unethical, foul, or the group didn't agree to it, right? Yo, practice starts Monday. We gotta work on something. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Let's see on Monday again.
Yeah, for all the sports people out there, any given moment, most games, especially you play summer sports, it happens over the weekend. When you would fuck up, your coach would definitely tell you, I'm seeing on practice Monday. Because we got some things to work on. And from there, it just became a thing, and now we got a whole podcast.
That's what's up.
Based on that. So, for this season coming out, we want to bring a lot of different ideas to the podcast. And those we'll be announcing at the taping on the 10th. But it's more so just a variety of, we want to implement more of that starts Monday thing. Like, what happened this past week or weekend that we want to really, drill down on come Monday. Even with us. So if we do something that's unbecoming of a man, buying a girl drinks, that doesn't involve
Parsley.
Yeah, boiling parsley. We want to come to the congregation. We have a speech.
Okay. And then I'm gonna guess. Obviously, I know the episodes, but they don't. Or if they do, I want to shout out to your co-hosts with you guys. Like, I'm gonna say it's obviously not just you guys. You guys have other co-hosts. Who would they be?
It'd be Dan the man to plan, and we got Kev. Kev's there too. Them two are not here.
Yeah, we got Kevin.
Okay.
The background guy, Kevin Lubert. Lubert lives in Melbourne, but he's here quite often. But he's the background like the Suge Knight. Him Kev like the Suge Knight.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in a contract for like 10 years.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Can't get out, man.
Send me a check yet, bro.
Hey, but they work with you guys. It seems like a beautiful thing. I mean, you guys got a beautiful thing on your side. I see the progress. I see the success. You guys actually were just telling me about a live show you have going on. Speak about a little bit about that.
So come September 10th, which is next week, Tuesday, come today. We are doing our first live show for season 3.
1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary as well.
Clap it up. 1 year anniversary.
We're gonna feature all of our news topics and new games that we're bringing to the podcast. It's open invitation. Of course, you guys are
More than
out of
welcome.
them.
Thank
More
you.
than welcome.
Thank you.
There'll be
I appreciate
alcohol
that.
there, so
No thanks to not. But, you know, you guys are more than welcome to come. We'll have a very similar setup to that, but as you know, for the people. And,
Come fed. There'll be no food being served. I
no
repeat.
food.
Thank you for saying that.
Bags of
That's
chips,
very
if that.
important. That's very important to be letting know.
Chips and liquor.
So I got a question for y'all because, like I said, it's going to be the 1 year anniversary. You're on the 3rd season right now. What would you say that you could credit to the longevity? Because at the end of the day, a lot of people, you know, it's a wide, like you said, it's a very wide genre. So you see a lot of people come, and then you look back for them and they're gone already. So what would you say contribute to the longevity? You know, is it being like a close group of friends? Is it just a similar mind state? What would you say, Coach?
Well, for me, and how I can kind of bring it together is that, and maybe you guys can agree with me, but when I go on Instagram, right, and I see a girl that I used to talk to or know, and they get a boyfriend, they're so quick to want to put that person up on social media, like, oh my God, I'm in love, this is my man crush Monday, whatever, right? And then you kind of forget about it, then you go back like, you know what? I haven't seen this bitch posting again. Let me go back and
Let's see what's
it,
going
right?
on.
Yep.
And then boom, you go back, that nigga's erased like Thanos should have snapped
Yeah,
on him, and he
that's
just erased that nigga out of the universe.
Hey, and that's the trend now.
Yeah, right. So now going back to the podcast, we've been together for so long, we've been laughing for so long, we kind of get each other, right? We kind of know what we can, our weaknesses for everybody. So it's all right. Well, we laugh so much with each other and what make bitches laugh and women. When I say bitches, I don't mean like bitch.
Right, ladies.
Right, right, yeah.
ladies.
It's like a term.
Sure.
No,
Like my nigga.
I say the
bitches.
same. Right.
So
No, bitches, not to cut you off, but bitches doesn't refer to a woman. See, a group of women is the bitches.
Yeah.
Hey, we got the bitches in
Right.
the crib. Like right now, we only got one woman here. Ain't no bitches in this
Yeah, you're
motherfucker.
right. See,
Now, there were 3 women here, and we got
Bitches.
bitches. We got some bitches in
We
this
got some
motherfucker.
bitches in this motherfucker. That's
It's,
a
you know,
perfect
it-
fucking example.
It's like octopus. You don't say, yo, we got some octopuses in this motherfucker. No, we got octopi in this motherfucker. We got 4 women's, dog.
No,
We
Yeah.
got
Oh,
bitches.
or hoes.
Yeah.
Y'all suppose y'all boys.
There's some hoes. So that for us, we've been laughing so long, and so this ain't going nowhere. We have our ups and downs behind our own camera, but it's more so just we're gonna keep it going for as long as we can, because it really doesn't cost us anything to have fun and be here. The
So you
minute
guys
that-
were friends before?
Yeah, we're cousins. Actually, I found out that I was cousins with these guys November 3rd.
No
of
shit.
last year, yeah.
Shout out Ancestry.com. This shit is not sponsored.
Don't tell me you slept with his sister and then you found out that was
unfortunately,
No,
you
you
don't-
Unfortunately.
No. Unfortunately, it hasn't happened, right? But what I always think about sometimes is when I meet new family, like I went to my reunion for the first time in ever,
Right.
and I'm like, they live here for a lot of us. I'm like, I'm sweating bullets. I'm like, all right. Hopefully, someone walks through the door that I haven't slept with. That's not a family.
Facts. Facts.
Everyone that kept coming, I'm like, nope. I'll be eating. I wouldn't even drink the whole day. I'm like, nope. Here's your cousin. Hey, how?
Right.
Now, what if she only give you a hand job?
Or just head. Let's just say head.
A little donut.
Yeah, because we're adults here. Who gives a hand job to
I mean, like Kevin Gates said, if it was 5, I mean,
You already
how
did
much of
it.
a cousin are you? Are you like blood or like marriage cousin?
Wait, so time out. Did you also just find out you're Dominican?
Cousin!
116 on my good side.
No, just the fucking cousin side.
Man, this fucking- I mean, look, if she look, I know a guy right now, and I can't say names, so I know a guy right now that's Actor's cousin right now.
Is he Jewish?
And, nah,
Really?
he's not Jewish. He's Actor's cousin right now, and the reason why he's Actor because it's not by marriage. No, it's not by blood. It's by marriage.
And they're divorced.
No, they're little cousins. They
That
kind
is
of grew up
cousin.
together.
Oh.
Help me
man.
understand something here, G. What you're telling me is he got a whole separate agenda for somebody he just met. That's his cousin.
No, he's been more. They've been.
They grew up
They
together.
grew up together.
Oh, he foul.
He been plotting.
Well, yeah,
He
that's
been
creepy.
plotting on that
That's-
pussy since 2 years old.
He
No,
foul, he foul.
listen, it's not by blood. It's marriage.
Trying to start some money.
Thank
Nasty.
you. That's how that works. It's
Jesus
beautiful to see
Christ.
that work that way. I like
What?
that. I like that.
Now, but just to briefly answer the question, just for us, is longevity and seeing where this can go, because we know it's not the peak yet. So once it reaches that peak, and we can kind of step back and say, okay, look, where's next now? Because if we're at the peak, you know how this thing goes.
Right. Plateau or
so
so.
drugs, something like that. You know,
Right. Anything can happen, honestly. Yeah.
Burns get slim raises. It's an
Especially there being so many of you guys now, not to bring like negativity to the show, but has there anybody that has left the show, or you guys kicked out the group, or
Not at all.
No.
We've been in touch. Actually, neglected to mention one last person. My man J-Man is another one of our cameramen. He has his own project that he's doing as well, so he's not as often here, but he's on our squad as well. But we've been intact since
Solid.
day one.
Okay, that's what's
Yeah.
up. That's what's up.
I don't see that happening unless someone gets like the whole Bobby Brown syndrome.
Right,
But-
big headed
yeah.
and
But this is a podcast. No one has to like. This is not B2K where Marion is always singing and
Right.
Facts.
right. Every single they pick, it's this.
Right? No one's getting more money. No one's like, yo, how could this
The
nigga?
Ralph
try to
Tresvant
get
of the
more
new
money?
edition, bro.
Yeah. So I mean, other than that, man, we're pretty much intact, and hopefully it stays that way because life does break different directions.
Right, everybody.
But
You
then-
know, you guys probably
yeah.
get married. You guys are very good-looking gentlemen, if I may say so myself.
I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
From one man to
Like
another,
the
I can probably
streets.
say that. You know what I'm saying? I don't really believe in ugly people, so there's some beautiful people.
I agree with that.
You know, especially J Dot's blowout today. I gave him a compliment on it when he walked through the door.
I haven't gotten a haircut in 3.5 months.
Facts. That's what I'm saying.
This like you, bro.
This is your best blowout, like that I've seen in a long
Get the
time.
fuck out of my face. I'd have paid $30 for how long?
Facts.
Danny, I'm coming for you, man.
That's
I'm
what's
coming
up.
for you.
I'm still grandfathered in with my barber. 15 still.
Really?
Grandfathered in there.
Shit.
Like an old cell phone plan. If I feeling generous on tax season,
But that's what it is though. Like I feel like I knew this motherfucker for so long that now like he remembers me when I was, you know what I'm saying, before the proactive. You know what I mean? So with him now it's like, you know what? I got a little check. Nah, fuck proactive. That's a whole nother podcast. I'm gonna tell y'all motherfuckers why. That's why they got that new proactive that is the new like plan, because they don't tell you what it really do to you. See, the original proactive is for the melanin deficient.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. But that's a whole nother story. So back to my dog Danny. So I know it for so long now, I feel like I got a little check. So every once in a while, you know what I'm saying, now that I'm growing it out, it's just a dub. Say, but when I would get the fades and shit, you know what I'm saying, sometimes I break them off 40, you know, if I'm nice. If you got black label at the barbershop, you might get 45. If I got a
Like,
little
my
too
barber's gotta be
Like-
smart, bro. Lick me up when I get in.
Like,
Make
my
me feel
barber-
nice.
It's
My
not
barber
hard.
on a mean come up. He would okay. So you get your cut right before your cut is finished. He hand you like a. You remember how we used to have the old CD book cases,
Yeah.
right?
You want something?
At this time, I'm like high school. Put it in. He won't say nothing. He just put it in your lap.
Right,
So
just
you
drop
go-
the whole book on you.
Be
Damn.
number porno. Number porno, right?
Black ass
Mind
bounce
you,
19.
mind you, it's all burned, so it just got the Sharpie marker.
Black ass bounce 19.
You know what I'm saying? You send it for $5.
$5.
So right now you think, okay, my cut's already 20.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna throw this on top. I gotta give him 30.
Right.
Yeah.
I gotta show him some kind of love, B.
Right.
But he had a Mercedes in 2 weeks.
The ultimate finesse.
A whole 2 weeks until the internet came in and took the whole. Nowadays,
Fuck this whole shit up,
Buy
right.
his porno.
Right.
Do you guys still bootleg porn or you guys like buy it?
No, I'm all online.
Pornhub, X videos.
Yeah. I masturbate off mobile devices.
That's just healthy.
Yeah, I can't do that shit off like a laptop now. Laptop's,
It's
Your
on
phone,
demand.
you got
yeah. I tried to do it on my laptop one day. I had to put it on the side and like so the monitor.
Afar from you to get a good angle.
And then it would move at a certain the bedroom light would be window.
You hit the dimmer. You had to hit the dimmer.
I'm like, man, fuck it, man. By the time I'm done, I'm like this because the phone you hold the phone so long.
Question: do you lay down or do you stand up? See, this is a funny topic.
I'm relaxed now, man. I gotta relax.
I'm lazy.
So you lay down?
I'm
Lay
on my
down?
side.
Lazy.
No shit.
Before I go back,
That's
I
hilarious.
switch sides sometimes, depending on how long it takes.
Yeah.
Right?
But
So-
definitely lay down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I start on
Really?
one side. Now, if I'm going in like 30, 40 minutes, I got to switch sides now. You know what I'm saying?
No
Yeah.
shit. So you stop the whole frequency to roll over.
Oh, no, the frequency keep going.
I'm like, so
Wait, aren't you laying down on the other hand to hold the phone?
sleep like this.
Exactly.
Dave, you stand up or you lay down?
I can't stand
This is the real question.
I mean, it depends.
Or are you like on the knees?
See, but when I
kinda guy?
stand up, I'm an aggressive meat eater.
All right.
You know? But like when I'm laying down, I'm like a shit. See, because like me, I test the lubricants out before I test them on the bitches.
Right.
You
Smart.
know?
That is smart.
And
That
we,
is smart.
when you said the word
It
bitch,
doesn't mean.
No,
it's like
you
a
got
Turkish
it.
theory, like my
Yeah.
No, I'm single. I can call them bitches.
Boom.
You know what I mean? That's how it works. So you gotta test out the lubricant because some lubricants I come to find out
Dry up on you.
No. It's like when you're on a roller coaster and you're coming down there. And you feel like that.
Okay.
You put it up.
Yeah, that
Oh my
hot
God.
cold shit. Yeah, you don't
Oh
want
my
that.
God.
Yeah, I'll fuck that shit.
I don't
No,
know
you
no
can't.
fire and ice and none of that.
Yeah,
Just
that'll
do
That
fuck
shit
you
is
up.
dangerous.
Yeah.
That shit will ruin your reputation in the
Right.
street.
Straight up.
Allegedly.
Straight up.
Allegedly.
It's not facts.
Oh yeah. Well, go ahead. So to finish, not to finish off, but are you a standing up or a laying down? Standing up or laying down?
You're talking about everything.
So you all around, like you just. Be,
I'm
I'm
not-
talking about by yourself, not with company, nigga. I'm talking about by yourself.
I can't stand up even on me. I don't know. I just can't stand up as.
And go for
like,
it.
I'm naked, so I'm not going
I mean, it depends.
Like, what else
You know what I'm saying? I
can
be on that, you know what I'm saying? I'm on that turmeric. I'm on that maca root. You know what I'm saying? I'm on, you know what I'm saying? You know,
Right, yeah.
So sometimes before
Flavors and
work,
spices.
before work, you can't go. It's like, yo, sometimes you won't go down.
Right.
So that's when you're setting up. Like, man, I gotta go work, man. You know what I'm saying? And it actually gives you better energy. You go in there with a clear mind.
But yeah,
You're not
that's
No,
stressed
that's
out.
facts.
Facts.
I try to work more. I want to work peachy.
Snap.
Good morning. Good morning, Dave. Good morning. How are you?
Dave.
How are you, buddy?
Facts.
Shit.
I get it, but I just can't stand up.
Okay.
My knees.
But that's no, that's just funny shit because I forgot whose comedy special and they said that shit. They're like, I don't know how. Oh no, I think actually it was Charlemagne on their show. He was like, yeah, I get on my knees and jerk off. I was like, how
On
the
his
fuck?
knees?
On his knees.
Nah.
Like chest up on his knees and just going for it. I was like, what?
Satanic shit.
Listen, I think y'all a little weird for laying down because it's like y'all might catch each other
Is
in
this
the
camera
eye
on me?
and shit.
No.
No,
This camera?
everybody.
This camera-
Oh, direct is right here.
Practice starts Monday. That's nasty.
Okay, so you think we're weird for laying down?
I think you're weird for laying down. Personally.
So how do you sit up?
I stand. Well, not sit up. I stand up.
Wait,
I'm
wait,
fully
wait,
stand
okay,
up.
wait, oh,
you
wait a minute.
stand up.
I'm standing up.
You got the whole
When the
meeting
room was
session.
standing up? When the room was standing
Oh no,
up?
I'm like a shower guy.
Oh, see, I can do the shower.
I don't rock the shower.
You a grown ass man.
Yeah.
Oh
Jerking
yeah,
off in the
I can jerk
shower?
off wherever I want, but I'm not gonna jerk off on myself
Why are
laying
you
down.
checking off in the shower?
Nah, you have
Because
enough.
it's the
see,
cleanup.
Now
Why-
you live in nasty.
Oh,
You live in
man.
nasty.
That's disgusting.
Well, I'm not jerking off at the back of
need-
the shower. I'm
you
jerking off in the
need
front of
a
the
nut
shower.
rag. There's a nut rag. Everyone has
Bro.
a nut rag.
I mean,
What's
easily
the touches
disposable.
worse?
Paper
That shit.
paper towel.
Nut rag?
Oh, you're getting it all over yourself?
You
That's
got a
disgusting.
nut rag, right? See, everyone got a nut rag. There's a t-shirt that you know they.
Oh,
Don't
Alright.
hold that
No,
shit.
no, we talking
T-shirt,
about-
bro. Possibly even
Damn.
a pair of boxes. That shit.
You care about you don't care about too much about a dirty one you had. You know what?
Right.
Ah. All that real nice to get nothing else. Shoot it.
You gotta
True,
say Kobe.
true.
No.
all right. A paper towel suffices for me, guys.
No.
I'm
over Reggie Miller.
Like, if I
Right.
got that's near me.
I'm Kobe in it
Nah,
from 3 feet.
I keep a Wendy's napkin though. So my Wendy's napkin,
Oh,
I get like an abundance of them shits.
That's facts.
I ran under the bed, okay? I ran out.
Shit. Oh, you keep it in stock,
You never know.
like clips, like
Never know.
magazines.
Hold on,
Holy
wait.
shit!
You ever heard of motherfuckers? I just got reminded. I know a motherfucker. He beats his meat with condoms.
That's stupid.
No, because he's saying he don't want to like leave a mess.
In this case, I
Well, you don't-
typically
you
I
don't
would
wanna
say
leave a
practice
carbon
type something.
footprint?
He need to die. That's it
Facts.
for him.
Facts.
Man, what kind of life you living where you don't
Yeah,
even
he's
trust
foul.
your own hand? You're like, man, I don't even know what I got.
We
Bro. I
don't
ain't
we
talking
don't
about me.
don't
Harry
catch
Palms.
gonorrhea from your own hand.
Right.
Harry Palms, bro.
Hairy palms.
You know what
Damn.
they say? If you beat up too much, your hair start growing.
Facts.
One day I woke up, with the hair that's there, I was like,
Yo, I got some tweezers.
He pulled at his job strap too hard.
oh, they were like this and fell over. All right, this is
You scratch your beard in the middle of the
bad
night.
hair. I'm like, nigga.
No offense, but is that how I got so white on just one side?
Nah, man. You know, I think it's a combination of eating too much vagina.
There you go. Hey, and that's true. That does make it change color.
Okay, so something for you guys, right? This is what I was reading this the other day, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, but this guy was like, he found a way to make a woman come every time they have sex, right?
All right.
Guaranteed. What he asked her to do was he asked her to masturbate in front of him, so he can see what she does and what makes her come so fast, what makes her come, so that way,
Yeah, her technique.
so he can reenact that, you know, whilst having sex, and he figured out that boom, this shit really worked. So now when he's having this with bitches before, he like, yo, send me a video of you masturbate. Now there's some women that's weird, right? I don't know you, right? And to some women it all works for the same woman, right? You eat and finger at the same time. Some nigga I just be eating sometimes, no finger.
Facts. It's not facts.
And they
It's
be like
about-
finger me, I'm like, you say?
It's about technique.
Like glazed donut, you say? You finger too, which one you want?
Hey, which one? I was like, you
The
pause.
Let me cut you off, MJ. You ever had a girl ask you to put your whole hand in?
A fister?
Yeah.
No, I would leave probably.
Oh, you would have to hear this one. Hold on.
Ass.
Yeah, hold on. stories.
You finish here?
Yeah,
I need a shot. So I need a shot so somebody can see it. Everybody got to get a shot. This is a shot moment right here.
I'm doing Hennessy.
I'm doing a fire.
I mean, I'm doing-
that
oh,
Hennessy,
no.
I'm
man.
gonna take with the Henny then.
I'm doing the Henny Fireball joint.
That Henny right
So
there.
go ahead, tell the Corona story. No name.
Corona.
Oh, the
Oh,
Corona.
Wait, look, you drink Corona, right?
Oh, he prepped. He's prepped.
No.
Okay,
This
so
is
is that the
only
name you
12.
guys give her?
This is only
Yeah.
a 12 hour.
If you see the street, you be like, they go Corona.
Oh no, I
You
never met
already
him.
know what time
But
it
he
is.
told me the story though. But I take it for gold. I'm a dog.
Interesting.
I always take my dog for gold until you show me different. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, tell him the Corona story.
No, that's, I mean, it was a little hazy. I mean, you know, it's the usual thing, you know. I can't give all the details because, you know, 2019, everybody's a little uptight and they feel like certain things might seem a way that they're not, you know, because there was full consent. I promise you that. There was 32 ounces of consent in that pussy. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly.
Oh yeah, the big joint. You had the big dog.
Life I'm nigga joint.
Bro, I'm telling you, that shit was like a rubber band, bro. Like, you ever seen like a song on the train? Oh, like a rubber band.
No, and then what's crazy is that the next day she was like, "Oh, that was my first time."
Hey.
Oh no, not that bitch. That was another bitch. That bitch was vile.
Oof.
Just getting started, ladies and gentlemen.
Jesus.
I really wish I would have put some water in that goddamn Ain't no more Coronas waiting for me. Now see, Corona was different. That bitch was some hoe up in Weston. I never forget, but I was like, hey man, I got some bitches, but I'm about to slide.
There's more than one girl, so you said.
Yeah, there's two events.
Yeah, my dog has some hoes.
That's the Corona first.
So you know, see, that back when the 595 was the original 595 before they had tolls and all that crazy shit. I said, man, we're going to Weston. Oh my God. I'm over the driver. He said, hey man, you gotta take your fitted off, dog. So what you mean? You know, man, they pulled Weston got pull anybody over with a fitted. It's okay. He said, we gotta lower the radio. When they pull anybody over, listening to non-country music. I said, oh, okay, all right, let's see what happens. Go over there, I'll never forget. I said, damn, they bad as hell. It's like that, boom. I said, jeez. I said, oh, that's a woman, right? That's a mountain of a woman right there. And I'm about to climb the summit. Man, I happened that, man. You can play hokey pokey in the pussy. That you wasn't hitting no walls anywhere, and I'm over there looking like, oh my God. And then the next bed, he's like, oh, and I'm over there just like,
He's just trying. He
I
don't
said,
know
what's
how
going
to
on?
hallway.
I go, Jesus Christ. Bitch had the audacity to find me on Facebook. I said, oh, of course I remember you. And then it was like, bitch, I will never forget you. It was literally a fist and a half went in that pussy. That's how I would never forget. A fist and a half in that pussy, dog. I said, oh man, I would, of course, how could I forget you? I go, I'm surprised you remember me.
He's rotating knuckles in this bitch. Like it's
Yeah, I'm
Yo,
like,
I can't, man. Yo,
At that point, honestly, what can I do for you?
look what she tells us.
she
Look
was
what she
waiting.
tells
She
us.
said, I could never forget my first time. That remind me of Mean Girl, that when the bitch said, I got a wide set vagina. That bitch was built like an IKEA table.
Damn.
How stupid.
I don't know who she thought she was fooling.
this camera on me.
How stupid.
You have to be.
Oh my God. No, man.
I
there's no
was
way.
terrified. That's her first. Yeah, you think I'm a stupid?
My first time.
First
It
time.
was
huh?
crazy. It was crazy.
Wow.
First
And then-
time with a motherfucker from Broward. I don't know what. First time for what?
Yeah, I've never had to fist a girl, man. I think if I was ever asked to, that I would do it just to get over with. I wouldn't ruin the moment. I'm not a ruin the moment kind of guy. I'm a party pooper. I would do it. But I
Even
would.
if it's like super outlandish shit, like put your foot in.
I would do it. I would advise
And
you
then
that
walk
shit.
away after.
No, but I would advise you that my toes are not clipped. So if I nip anything on the way there,
It's like no bleeding.
you're okay with that bleeding. Cause
See, but you can't put your toe in a bitch if you got athlete's foot.
no, I've got. Listen, for a guy, I have good slave feet. I have slave feet, they're good slave feet.
Because if you got athlete's, that's probably giving the bitch BV.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
that's
You
on
can't
that, bro.
put
I don't
that
fuck with her no more, so it don't matter to me after that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You're gonna hit
It's like
6
giving a
now.
junkie.
I'll put the whole Nike sock too. You sweet.
I was come out
No,
so
Sucks on my slides.
Hold on. Now wait a minute. You can put the whole Chelsea boot in that motherfucker.
What you need?
The whole Chelsea. Pussy gonna be pussy looking like brunch. You put the whole Chelsea boot in that
I'm not fucking
motherfucker.
with her no more, so it don't matter to me.
You know what I mean?
Get all this gum.
Endless mimosa pussy when you put a Chelsea boot in that bitch.
I'm a shit that used to have been through. Yo, you gotta take a walk in my shoes.
All right, guys. So let's move on. Let's move on to another
Oh my
topic.
goodness.
Let's talk about our past week, the week that we had. You know, either the
Hurricane.
work week or the hurricane week. How did you guys endure with this atrocity that has befallen upon the Bahamas and missed us completely? How did this affect your week?
Well, I have peoples in the Bahamas, but they're more Nassau, the capital. So it was more Grand Bahamas, Albuquerque, so it affected that part more. And they got a lot of rain. Some roof shingles got missing, no light right now, but everyone's pretty much healthy, good. So that kind of hit me a little bit because, you know, I hit Puerto Rico so bad last year that I saw that, you know, it can happen to anyone in the Caribbean.
Right.
And when I lived in the Bahamas, I was there for Andrews. So me experiencing that, it was just mass flooding for us. It was like nothing too crazy. But everyone's good. For me, I dealt with insurance for like 5 years, commercial and residential. So hurricanes were like everything for us. Every June to November, I was always in season.
You know how it gets down.
Yeah. So for this one, I do a pharmaceutical now, and I just forgot all about the season of hurricane. So I'm at work just typing away, and I hear, "You guys heard about the hurricane coming? It's right around the way." I'm like,
Headphones
What's
back
that?
on.
hurricane? You lying? Looked it up. Was Category 1 around Puerto Rico. A day later, Category 4.
That's snap.
And then the way that it was going to hit us was going to cut above the Okeechobee Lake. And I'm like, you know what? It won't do too much damage to us, but it still gives a lot of flooding. And our complex floods like crazy. So I'm like, we're probably out of there. And we live on the first floor. So I'm like, you're swimming in the apartment.
Oh, so you got there in West Palm?
No, I'm out here. I'm in Broward, but if it's Category 4, just know that everyone that's south, you're going to get flooded.
Right.
It may do more damage West Palm because it's landing on land.
Yeah.
But the way that, you know, the winds go and the cyclone, it's going to flood us no matter what. We'll have no light, but it didn't touch land, fortunately. So here I am, bracing for like, okay, it's going to be the worst. This nigga do a whole, I'm going to see what
90
I'm
degrees.
catch up with next year. All right. Y'all scared out. Look at you. Y'all niggas was spooked. Look at you. Like, y'all niggas was, look at you. I know you a bitch. You a old bitch. The whole city, the whole Martin County, y'all bitches. I'm going to see your boys next year.
Right. Facts. And go ahead.
No. But now North Carolina's getting the worst of it now, just flooding wise. So pray for them.
Right. Pray for the Carolinas and.
I mean, as far as, I think Lil Duval had a post on Instagram where he was just like, no matter how much money you make, no matter what you do, we're all one natural disaster away from being regular.
Right.
When that natural disaster comes, everybody's equal. It doesn't discriminate on who got the most money. So I was like, you know, I think hurricanes are a blessing in disguise in some sort. Given, you know.
It humbles you.
Yes.
It humbles you for sure.
Given, you know, there's some people that get the worst end of the stick, and I wish them the absolute best, i.e. the Bahamas, you know, the Carolinas now. However, there's some people that's like, I wish that shit hit your eyes.
Just to get the feel. Just to get the feel.
Like, you live in a high-rise condo, but that shit tip over because it's hurricane, then what?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I always feel, I really feel like them South Beach condos and them high rises are really like the wall for South Florida. Like I ain't never seen a South Floridian condo or hotel blow over because of a hurricane or tornado.
Fun fact, right? I read in an article not too long ago. The British are in debate with someone, I forget who else, where they're going to make the state of Florida rise with the tide.
Okay.
So when the tide comes in, Southeast
land is
gonna
gonna
be
lift.
exact. I don't know how the fuck they're gonna pull this shit off.
Well, right now they're underwater.
Yeah, exactly.
Surplus of South Beach when it rains too much, you can see how like Weston is built on the Everglades, right? So Weston is one bad hurricane away from being submerged in mass flooding.
Right.
Some parts of Miami where they're building these high rises now, and for some people are steady buying it. Like if you do a flood zone check, you can see that obviously this area is prone to flooding.
Right.
So why then would you want to invest in a property that's prone to flooding?
True, but I think like even right now in Broward, they've kind of figured out where like they got rid of septic tanks and now that they have centralized plumbing. Like they're just coming into that in this general area alone, and most of Hollywood already had that. Now most of Dade's gonna have that as well, where it's all gonna be centralized plumbing. So I'm gonna guess the centralized plumbing aspect is gonna take care of the flooding.
No. See, my question
not
is
fully,
in regards
but-
to the insurance though. 'Cause you said you should work with insurance. Now, when something happens, because I may or may not have tried to make a claim with State Farm. I had something already, my paint was already fucked up.
Allegedly.
And then I tried to blame it on the palm tree. And they had the nerve to cite section "fuck you" article up your ass, talking about some it's an act of God. So what the fuck you helping me out for? What I pay for?
Yeah. So,
Please inform me,
okay,
dog.
so
And go.
okay, so how it works, right? Let's say that if my old company wrote a policy for someone that lives on the coastline, right, in the coastal, right, and with this, depending on the city, depending on how much money you have, if you're buying a $5 million house, you tend to have some pull with somebody higher up in the city, a mayor, so to speak. So what
Zoning committee.
correct. So what happens is that if you're on the coastline, you're in a flood zone.
Oh, for real?
There's no way that you cannot be in a flood zone. So what happens is you grease some elbows, right? Somebody comes to your house and does a flood excavation. That costs a lot of money to do, right? They'll come by, they'll take a few pictures, they won't look at the photos. They'll take a stick, roll it on the ground, spray somewhere.
Stop bursting pictures.
Yeah. You only look, just take a photo, take a spray can, stand there for a couple seconds, put a little thing on it, and it talk, it's crazy. She's like, what? Oh. Yeah, it goes right this up. And now you get a report back, he's not in the flood zone. Now, your house is $5 million, so your property taxes are already $20K a year, maybe more, right? Now, aside from that, you gotta pay a flood insurance.
Right.
Now, all right, that's gonna cost money.
Every year.
To cover your house, right? Every year. And it's only gonna go up because the more your house appreciates, that goes up. So you're looking at this like, all right, well, I got a $5 million house that I'm still financing. I got insurance, I got this.
Do I really need flood
Do I
insurance?
need flood insurance?
Right.
You do.
You do, every year. Requirement in
Not
South
gonna
Florida.
get
Right.
So you're reaching up elbows. Now, when it comes to the car insurance, it's more so, yes, it is an act of God. But normally, depending on the insurance policy, like my homegirl, a tree fell on her hood and dented it. The hood would have been like $1,200. She paid $5, deductible, whatever. But it was an act of God. So I don't know why they shouldn't have faulted you for that because it is an act of God. An accident is somewhat your fault, but an act of God is not your fault. So they shouldn't have done that to you.
Actually, it's funny you mentioned that because back in high school, eons ago, back when flip phone,
Story time.
no, real shit, no.
We got a segment about
My
it.
first whip ever. I never even drove my first car one day in my life. I automatically sold it to a dude, real good dude. He's actually a deacon now. So I sold it just so I could buy my first MPC. The very next day after he bought the vehicle and put it in his crib, Hurricane Wilma came through, tree uprooted, destroyed the whole whip, total lost everything.
That should have been covered.
I mean, I don't know if it was covered. It wasn't my car. But I'm saying it's crazy you mentioned a tree fell on that motherfucker.
Yeah, it should have been covered.
Great.
But any act of God should be covered because it's, once again, it's not nothing to do with you. You're in your house asleep.
It's out of your hands.
Someone's, whatever, like a lightning strikes a tree, your tree falls in your car. That's clearly an act of God. If you went
So
out,
with my baby mama, eggs my whip again.
That is not an act of God.
that's an act of
That's
Satan.
it. Lucifer.
That nigga rub the shoulders, do it. You're not pussy, do it. You got the bitch in there right now. Do it.
So did you guys have to end up working, or how was your schedules looking like?
So so essentially, I went to work Friday, I believe, and they scheduled us to be off from Saturday to Tuesday. Given during to the right-hand turn,
Right.
they sent out a message. Although I saw the message, I ignored it. I'm not coming to work, so I gotta come to work. Given they understood, hey, because some people drove up to Boston, some people had whole trips planned because of the storm.
Right,
So
they
it's
were
like,
outta
yo,
here.
We can't even fault nobody if they don't show up. How you gonna ask a guy that's halfway up to Boston to come back to work in a day? That it's not gonna happen.
Hey,
By the time he gets here, it's gonna be fucking next week. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Jeff, we need you to come in by Thursday.
yeah, it's like, so they were very understanding. Fortunately for me, I lived it up with my boys Burns, Dan, and Jay.
We
And,
party.
we just
Like 1998.
yeah, it's facts. No
Okay.
cocaine though.
No cocaine. That's
Okay.
good. That's good.
I worked. I was off Monday because it was.
Oh shit, hold on. Nah, time out. Nah, fuck that. Nah, nigga, this is the first time on the Inebriated podcast. You were 1,000% wrong in your whole. I forgot what that shit is called, but what you just did, that shit was wrong. You said party like it's 1998. The Prince song is party like it's 1999. that means you got to take a motherfucking shot.
Boom.
Welcome to the
Okay.
Inebriated Podcast.
you got a point on that
Yeah,
one.
no, that was like a flagrant. That shit like Prince. You gonna fuck up my dog Prince?
I got a flag in your
A flag.
I didn't get.
You gotta take a shot, my brother. Welcome to the Inebriated Podcast.
Is this what we're doing?
Yeah, why
Oh,
not?
no, that's what you're doing. You been supported like in 1998.
Wait a minute.
Part of
What
the-
happened in
You
98?
take this as a unit?
Whatever. What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Take-
fuck
take this as a
it.
unit.
Y'all represent
take
each
what
other.
you need.
And I'm gonna help y'all out too. You know what happened in 1998? Tim Duncan won the NBA Finals.
98.
That party was whack. I promise you that. Tim Duncan.
But then they wear slides at the party. Tim Duncan is the nastiest dresser. Tim Duncan is
known to
Tim
be
Duncan is
fundamental.
is
Nasty
someone's
meaning
dad before
nasty,
someone's
not
dad.
nasty meaning wrong.
Tim Duncan is someone's dad before someone's dad.
Oh,
Tim
for
Duncan
sure.
was Wayne Jack of the Wheeler's dad.
Tim Duncan's from St. Thomas, right? St. Thomas was fucking great to us. We just came off a cruise not too long ago.
Oh, that's what's up.
And St.
What's up?
Thomas showed us love. It was fucking phenomenal. Hey, cheers up.
Cheers up, cheers up.
Cheers to 1999.
And St. Thomas.
R.I.P. Prince.
Hey.
God bless and bless God.
So I was off Monday. Tuesday they allowed us to work from home.
Yeah, hey,
because,
don't worry.
even though the storm was supposed to hit that day, so they didn't want us to take a chance of coming in and having to go home. So we just worked remotely from home. Went in Wednesday, like nothing ever happened because it was sunny the whole entire week.
What are you telling? Shit.
We even did brunch, me and Burns.
My borders didn't even get wet.
Snap, bro. Snap effects.
But I wanted some kind of rain, some kind
Right.
of flooding, so that
For
I
sure.
I can come on Wednesday. I'll come in Thursday.
Right. Let me know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted an extra day.
I was supposed to be at work Saturday.
Nope.
Here it is. We are Thursday.
Didn't
At
work.
work.
Oh
I
shit.
go to work tomorrow though.
Oh, okay.
I go to work tomorrow.
Shit.
But I'm just
They
saying.
called
though,
you back.
Like yo, I was off from Friday till now. Technically.
That was a good little
Yeah, I was
decade.
loving it. Partying up with boys. Great fucking yo.
Yeah.
This hurricane. Every time I went out to get whatever it was, the streets were empty. It was perfect. I didn't have to hump nobody.
Playing
Get
Drake.
the fuck out of the way.
Airplane.
Yeah, just drinking and
All right,
driving,
all
bro.
right.
Drinking and driving.
Drinking and driving. I said, "Damn, this is wonderful." I went to Publix.
It was beautiful.
Mind you, the deli.
Shit was empty.
Let me the chicken tender stuff, big fella. I need
Extra
that.
meal.
I need that.
I have a question for you guys, right?
Yeah,
And-
Publix over at Subway, by the way. Just go ahead.
Oh, facts.
What's a song that makes you think about a girl or a certain spot in your life, like a romantic, like this? It gets you like, it makes you just like want to maybe not cry, but it makes you want to just, damn
Let
man.
me jump in this real quick.
Oh,
And
I
this ain't
already
no
know
song.
mine.
Think about
I
the
got
song.
mine. I got
Okay,
mine.
let's take that time.
I already got some. Yeah, I already got
I
some.
think I got the artist wrong, but I
Joe, I want to know.
Okay.
I was in, I want to say
Yeah.
second grade. Right?
You were in
I
your
give it.
feelings
I'll tell you
back
right
then.
now. Come my wedding day, that song has to be played. If it
Okay.
does not, the wedding's over. Everybody's gonna have a bad time.
Okay.
Right? But I was in second grade. Her name was Lysandra Peludo.
Oh shit!
Sandra.
Dropping first.
She was
Don't
Spanish
go
and
in.
Italian.
Right? My teacher's name was Miss Alonzo.
Cake
And-
session.
Oh, she sound-
And in my-
she sound
She was
bad.
Mexican and
at
Puerto
this
Rican.
time, the PlayStation 1 was out, right? And Blitz was the biggest shit out.
Oh, Blitz.
Blitz or
Everybody-
Blitz 2000? The original
Is it
Blitz.
2000?
They probably
It
Blitz
might have
2000.
been.
It might be 2000.
It might be 2000.
Actually,
Blitz
Dreamcast?
original was the shit, but Blitz 2000 was already known.
Dreamcast, the Fireball.
See, that's what I'm saying.
It might
Some
be,
people
but
like Blitz
see,
2000.
That's a little too far ahead, right?
Alright, so Blitz, regular
However,
Blitz.
niggas didn't have no cell phones in second grade.
Nathan.
Fucking. But my imagination for this girl was fucking amazing. So when I heard that song, for
You
some
locked
odd-
in.
Oh my god.
You locked in.
I
You
was
wanted
head
to play
over
it for her.
heels.
Jesus.
Head over heels.
Did you
right?
ever play it for her? No bullshit. It's alright.
Nah, I did not. Unfortunately,
No school dance, no
So-
nothing.
Is this camera on me?
All of them.
Right?
All of them. Main one's right here.
I was a very shy kid. Like, although I had all these kind of emotions. Yeah, but now who I am as a person, if I feel something, I'm gonna say it. No matter
You would
me.
blow that person out the water.
Right? But now, I mean, back then, it was like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. She ain't fucking with me like that.
Nah, you sleep.
Come to find out years later,
She was
fucking
fucking
with
with
she
you.
was fucking with
Hey,
me.
the motto is, fellas, when in doubt, whip out.
Facts.
Facts. Snapple facts.
Right? So I gotta do it.
I've been living by that motto for a long
Fellas,
time.
Whenever you're in a situation with any woman at all, if you're fuzzy, if shit is just not making sense, you
Whip out.
and
Just say it.
see how she reacts.
Tell
Now,
her to
given she's mature, she's like, hey, you know what? That ain't my kind of party.
However, if she's fuzzy, that's a bad idea.
I need that small.
I need
out.
it.
We'll
I
figure
need
this
it.
out.
I live in a
What's
small
your dick
house.
Sure. But you don't want to be Louis C.K. or fucked up in the game.
No, but you know what? I do it in the moment.
jack
It needs
off
to be
in
like,
house
yeah,
place.
it needs to be in the, like, we kissing, we're making out
Yeah.
for too long.
You can
I'm
just
getting
whip it out
chocolates.
randomly.
No,
That's foul. That's foul.
It's
So how was your day?
But I'm
Louis
just
C.K.
saying.
was like a creepy whip
I
out.
know, but I'm just
No,
saying,
no.
when we're saying,
that was a little
in doubt without.
That's like
It's that same
registered
thing.
sex offender whip out. That's not where we're going.
Exactly. Hey, I gotta use the bathroom, and you just come out like,
Come on,
hey,
There's a free
Yo,
quiz.
your paper's out.
yeah,
You out of
gotta
paper.
Be, no, you gotta be somebody. You gotta be in the zone.
Hey, yo, ma.
Mom, you out of paper. The fuck? You're out of paper, Mom. She's out. In the software, Sherman. 90 corners of paper. I can't use that.
I can't use that.
I'm a fucked up person. Alright, so what's your song?
My song, we had to take a shot for this one because I forgot if it's Lenny Williams or Lenny. I know it's not Lenny Bruce, but I think it's Lenny Williams, and it's.
I don't like this rule. I like it when they were fucking. No, you were right a little bit.
Lenny Williams, alright.
Nah, he said both, nigga.
No, I know it was Lenny Williams.
No,
I
you
know it
nigga.
was Lenny Bruce.
Nah, this is an inebriated podcast, right?
Alright.
How stupid would I be to not let
goddamn
you take a
job.
shot?
No, alright. No, you're right. It's only fair. And you know what? I fuck with the Hennessy just because y'all here.
Oh, you looking like that?
No. I mean, I do drink everything on the table, but I'll play.
You
I'll
can
play.
tell you ain't got no motherfucking job
You
to
looking
do.
like that?
Nah, I'm gonna need that
Rain
fireball,
gold.
man.
No, but okay, it was Lenny Williams.
Jeez.
Gold.
It was Lenny Williams, and I'll never forget. It was just
that can't be mixing like
it was just earlier,
Appreciate it.
like earlier last month. We was at we go to this place that we frequent too often now. On Tuesdays they got a karaoke right down the street. That is of the reptilian nature.
Oh, that place.
Yeah.
Wait.
Because they don't pay us. They don't pay us enough for it. They don't pay us enough for the shout out. So
Hey, before you go,
No, you good.
all the women that go to that spot that you're speaking of, there's a spectrum here. It's either it's
Go ahead.
Extremely.
Nah, I see. Ratchet. Or just the right amount of ratchet.
all right. I was gonna like let you go and like drop off the cliff, but I hear you a little bit.
That boy
I hear you a little bit.
ain't
No,
Boys ain't
and I agree, and that's what I'm saying. I can't give him the shout out, but I love the atmosphere because it's authentic and it's soulful.
Tuesday karaoke.
Yeah, hard, 500 plus heads, easy. You look out the crowd and ain't a.
Forward.
I'm getting a blend. Never
Maybe.
Oh,
I'm getting it all Tuesday.
It's from 9 to about 2:30, and bruh, it's wall to wall.
Okay.
It's wall to wall to the
Are we
other room
Are
wall.
we talking R&B like? I mean, not well, karaoke.
I'm just
like
telling you,
R&B karaoke.
Lenny Williams was
You do
up
whatever you
there,
wanna
girl.
do.
You know I love you,
Boys.
no matter what
me,
you
so
do.
okay,
Do, 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 do,
This is a
do.
little off topic, right? But the one thing that Practice Starts Monday has in common, all four members, is we're big fans of R&B music.
That's what's up.
That's facts. Like, if you follow any of our social medias, especially this guy here, you will see him all kind of R&B music.
That's facts.
You know what
That's
I'm
what's
saying?
up.
Me, him, Burns, Dan, that's just what we do.
And that's definitely a '90s feel. Like I really
Exactly.
appreciate that from you guys.
You know what I'm saying?
Honestly,
So
Lenny Williams, girl, you know I love you.
Okay.
Um,
Story behind that though. What brings you to that?
all
song?
of that we were at this facility on a Tuesday night, and the song came on, and I said every word for word. Obviously, it had the scroll down karaoke joint, but I knew it word for word because one of my favorite movies is The Kings of Comedy, and when Steve did that set, it was beautiful. Like he set it up perfectly, and yeah, I sang it to my woman, and it was a beautiful thing. There's another one by this guy Ken, which I forgot what the name is, but it's a beautiful song.
Fucking up names.
No, that's not fair. That's not.
I'm let you ride on this one.
I appreciate
You don't know what song it is.
No,
It's
but
Ken.
nigga, you don't know the name of the niggas.
No, I know what the name of the guy is. His name is Ken. I don't know the
Now-
name of the song.
Now, how stupid would I be if I did double his shot, right?
All right.
Now how?
Wait, no, but I didn't know the artist. So, I mean, I didn't know the song.
No.
I didn't know the song.
Let him live.
No, I didn't know
But
the
how
song.
stupid would I be?
Let him live, man.
No, I'm cool.
No, we vibing. However, it's a business transaction here, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because technically, you gotta take a second. It'd be a
Oh,
double
I
shot.
ain't scared.
No,
Right?
we good.
No, but
We
we'll.
gotta take a single one.
All right.
God forbid. We gotta take one. We clean.
Yeah, we clean.
All right.
All right, there we go.
Oh, man, you better double that shit.
No, I'll take the double. I'll take this one and I'll take a fireball. I got you. No pressure.
And a fireball.
Jesus.
With no effort.
God bless and bless God, man.
Oh,
That's
God
what I
bless you,
did.
bless God. Oh, this is what I do, gentlemen. This is what I do.
All right.
I ate before I got here, so
Jesus
I'm good.
Christ.
So my artist is an artist from the UK. Her name is Corny Bailey Reed, and
Send that to me.
I got you.
How
And,
corny is she?
so she's pretty good. Her husband committed suicide. That's crazy, right?
If you bring up that fucking like a star or something.
No.
Like a
But it's Till It Happens.
And that shit was hard though.
That song was hard, but it's called Till It Happens to You. And yo, man, I don't know what this song does, man, but this is a girl that I used to really I used to love back then. Her name is Samantha Bradley. Guess her race.
Corny. Wait. Corny or Samantha Bradley?
Samantha Bradley.
Like her name, Samantha
Bradley. She
Bradley.
could be white. She could be white.
So you going white? What are you going with, Chuck?
Samantha Bradley.
Yeah.
I'm going mixed.
Well, you give me a mix though.
White and blush.
Yeah, white black.
She's had Pitbull, had Scottish Terrier.
See, I gotta go
She
there.
light
man.
skin.
Yo, she red nose.
I'm just
That
saying.
bitch
yeah,
is
very good.
That
Ah,
bitch
here
is
we go,
the female
guys.
Sam
Same
Smith.
person
Go
on
ahead.
second. So she was white. She was my
Boom.
first white girlfriend, and this was
No shit.
Yeah, this was
She was.
Oh, you in the right company.
pure white.
You in the right company.
Pure white. She was my
right
first white girlfriend was 8th grade,
I believe I know a chick named
and the
Rebecca
song
Jenkins.
came out like soon, like a couple years after that. Like I was in high school, whatever. But the song came out, man. I don't know what it did to me, bro. But every time I listen to the song, you know when you used to use voicemails, we usually music.
Right.
That I played for a little bit.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Give me Power 105.
Yeah.
Oh, you definitely
Power
80s
love.
baby.
Hey.
Definitely
My
80s
baby,
baby.
I'm not here right now. You can't leave me in voicemail. And I promise to get back to you.
I like it. And then all you hear is this.
Nigga, you're corny.
Every nigga had this same fucking song. Can we
Get her room.
Yo! Every nigga. I was like,
Trey,
yo,
that's my
every
song,
nigga. The most uncomfortable shit is to call your homeboy
Boy.
and get.
Oh shit.
Hello?
Can we?
Hello? My niggas do this shit. Hello?
Hello? I got you, nigga. Ah, can we? You
All
got
right.
hello? Yo,
All right.
hold on. All right. I'm going for a little bit. Gangsta hole. Yo, MJ. I got you, nigga. Leave me a message though.
You just look at the phone. Mind you, the screens wasn't so big, right?
At all.
You had this little ass screen like this.
You know what I do
on
things like
Nokia,
that?
right?
I leave a 1 minute message. I let us just sit. You finna hear me in the background. Fuck nigga. You wanna get this voicemail, nigga? Yeah, nigga. Fuck your shit up.
So the nigga
You were out of
voice
business.
up in one day.
Good times.
So
What
say,
was your
what was
R&B?
your R&B song?
The greatest song ever written of all time, The New Birth, Wildflower.
Way left,
Okay.
nobody.
I mean, it's an R&B song. That's the greatest song ever written of all
give me
time.
the
What
chorus.
makes
then.
you believe?
Let her dream, for she is a child. Let the rain fall down
Okay.
upon
All
her.
right. So
She's a free and
I've never heard
What's
of
it?
it.
What's
Okay,
it? Wait,
flower
stop the bleeding?
running wide.
Stop.
I mean, we gonna edit this shit post
That's
production
what we're
with a
gonna
real
do,
record.
right?
something's happening.
I
here.
like it, right?
Best song of all time.
That's where I don't like it.
Yeah.
That is.
That's where we lost.
If by chance that I should hold her,
I don't like it.
let me hold her for all time.
Okay, flip script.
And
I'm a
if I'm
female. Get dry.
allowed, just wait for
Mad
possession
dry.
Flip the script right
I
now.
shall
I'm a
pick
female.
up
Okay,
Get
so
dry.
I think you know what?
from the
To
garden
put this into perspective,
to
right?
be mine.
All right, that cannot be the
Fuck
chorus.
yo.
SpongeBob in Sandy's world. I'm getting dry.
Oh shit.
Water.
And you say what you gonna say? Greatest song ever written of all time? That's my go-to right there.
All right.
Follow me here, right?
Okay.
If we had to perform that very song, mind you, you've already taken a W, because I'm assuming it was to the woman you're with.
Yes.
Exactly. You guys still together. I'm
Yes,
assuming.
5 years. 5 years in
Exactly.
October.
Yeah. Round of fucking applause,
Yes,
man.
October 11th.
Black men don't cheat.
Black men do not cheat. Shout out to Duval.
If you had to sing that song that you've chosen to a woman, a random woman at that, how would she react to it? Given it doesn't matter what age she is, it might be age in the order, of course, but besides that,
Are we in a karaoke setting or just a one-on-one setting? Like we just played it at the house.
let's say
Boom.
karaoke.
Okay.
Alright, so we gonna put
You
we
win
gonna put it
already.
this way.
Right.
Now, if I were to perform that song in karaoke, I'm allowed to also perform a song that interpolated such melodies through ASCAP or BMI, which in fact was sampled by Kanye and Drive Slow, or also Tupac and Shorty Wanna Be a Thug. I can do whatever the fuck I wanna do.
However,
okay.
However,
I'm dry.
the song itself.
Oh, the song, greatest song ever written of all time.
Do you think you can walk into that karaoke spot right now, play it, and you bag the baddest bitch that you want?
Well, guess what? I'm a devil. If the baddest bitch don't want me, I bet you her mama does.
Ooh,
Why would she get
you got a
that
point.
mama?
A lot of
Because,
bitches
because
go
she
to
got
the
blue
mama.
martini in Boca.
Wait, give Burns a moment. Give Burns a moment. We on live, so they don't
Burns,
hear
hit
you.
it, hit it, Burns.
Play the song. Play the actual song.
No,
we can't.
No, I'll play.
We
Who the
can.
fuck gonna sue us?
The live,
I
nigga.
don't give a fuck about it. Like, hey, y'all go on YouTube.com. I'm sure you heard of the website, or maybe you have the application upon your cellular devices, and it is called Wildflower by the New Birth. That's the version I want. However, like I said, everybody else got different versions.
Play
Like-
10 seconds. And
Oh, no, it's all good. Oh, in fact, what's it called? Jamie Foxx said, but it was fucking. We about to get unpredictable.
Oh, okay.
It may be a great song. It may be a good song.
It's an amazing
but
song.
the greatest song of all time.
To me, you asked me.
Okay.
How dare
Okay.
you question what I'm telling?
Yeah.
What's your favorite way to get a Chinese spot?
Understood.
I like Lil Man.
You know what?
I'm a simple
I
man.
understood. You know why I feel him? Because Burns sat here and Burns right here. Burns said, Bow Wow has great investments. Now, and now, if you guys can,
Twisted the boys sample that drum too.
Amazing record. Better song
I
than
like
Whip.
that. I like it too, baby. Now I know what song it is.
That's all I hear right now.
Fuck with it.
I love it. I get it. I get it.
It's a beautiful song.
I get it.
You
What?
listen.
Right.
You listen to. You know what? Fuck y'all.
Oh,
Y'all
no,
don't get a
actually-
chance to. Y'all listen to that shit after you get hit with child support papers. Go fuck
No.
yourself.
That song at the child support paper.
That shit right there hit different when you're on child support. Like, damn, bitch, I thought you
At
loved
this
me.
point in my life.
shit hit different, boy. Shit hit different. Nigga, that burger hit different when you hungry. That crackers hit different when you hungry.
The McChicken
Did
hit
it rinse?
differently, bro.
No, but chicken hit different.
Yeah.
I mean, damn, dude, shit is
You remember?
The Popeye's chicken over the McChicken. I'm
Hey,
telling you.
Bird, to the Wendy's today?
Go ahead.
It's different.
At this point in my life, I can't relate to who does have children like set right now. Right?
Actually,
So for
I think he's the only one with children right
No,
now.
I have a 9-year-old.
We have a 9-year-old. Oh, okay.
Right.
So 2 and 2. We 2 and 2. It's
Oh,
50.
we good. So you
Yeah, I got odds with you, bro. I got odds
Fun
with you.
fact, disclaimer, their boys don't work.
Their boys don't work. No. My shit pump.
I'm gonna keep it G with you.
When they say keep a G with you, you never go right.
I've been down a block before. If you know what I mean.
Is it a long block or a short block?
And that was a long one.
A
Jeez.
long block, Burns.
A long Florida block or a New York block?
You know when you go to restaurants and they click the ticket? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fifth abortion, the 6th one free. It was a long block.
It was a long block. Okay.
6th one free. You over there waiting like, man,
However,
shit.
I can't relate. I don't know what it's like to be on child support.
Hit different.
God bless you.
I hope and pray I'm never in that situation.
Facts.
Yeah. No one wants to be in a situation.
And
Not
I-
everything can be amicable.
I'm taking this lesson on all the way down the line, y'all boys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mhm.
All right,
It
give it
goes
to
around the room.
them.
Now you better not dare. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It goes around the room.
Your Chris stand up like he don't cheat.
Black men don't cheat.
That's what's up.
And if you ever did, you misunderstood.
Ooh.
Exactly.
I'm
Relax.
just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
Alright, yo.
Black Man No Cheese,
What's up?
2019. Black Man No Cheese, come on, baby.
That's where we
Come
at.
on,
That's where we
baby.
at. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Gladys Knight in the pips.
man.
Gladys Knight in the
No,
pips.
thank you guys
I'm
for
enjoying
sure.
this fucking segment.
We still got some time, right? We still got some
We
time.
got time.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna go into one topic
Yes.
real quick. I ain't gonna
No,
cut
you're
you
good, man.
off. We got little pop culture things going on right now, but definitely J-Dot wanted to bring to some attention, and we might get a little, now that we're a little saucy right now, we might get a little into it right now because Marvel is introducing their first opposite sex, bisexual,
Nah, dog.
gay.
That ain't what they introducing, man.
They
You know
they
they
introducing
introduced.
somebody from the LGBTQSRT
A B C D E F G community.
community.
Okay.
And
let
how
me give him a proper intro here, man. You guys, I think with that topic itself, you guys have walked into a wall of fire.
well, right. Well, this is why it's an inebriated.
It's getting hot in here.
We can drink about it and we can talk about it.
That's
It's,
not facts.
it's open.
Whoa.
We are open for the conversation, like we open a drink, like we open a.
Getting hot in
we
here.
open a bottle for anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Can I give him a proper introduction?
Boom.
Okay, what was it? Five what?
It's getting hot in here.
With my shoes off.
Okay, it's 5'10" with the shoes off, brown eyes,
No
full
socks.
beard, black man,
Just
motherfucking nigga himself,
Chris
MJ.
Cortez, honey.
Now, before I even do this, right?
Hey,
Chris
hey.
Cortez, honey.
This
This shit.
motherfucking the
Hey.
monk of Marvel itself.
Chris Cortez, honey.
I legit sat down and watched the movie. I legit sat down and watched the movie and had this man tell me every perk I need to watch and need to see.
Hey,
You know what I'm
Comic.
saying?
I read comic.
You know what I'm saying? And then take away with the real shit, MJ.
It's your boy. You already know the vibes. I hate when rappers say that shit. You already know what it is. You know the vibes.
I don't know you.
It's your boy.
I don't know you.
It's your boy Mukasa. What? House? No.
Man, run that shit back.
So I'm a big. So when I grew up in the Bahamas, we were given donation stuff a lot of the times, and it was just comic books we get donated because you want to read like after school or whatever. So I would just read comic books and not knowing what I was reading, just colorful pictures and whatever. And I could probably barely read back then thoroughly. Then I got to the United States, I saw a comic book store and they were like $1 comics, $2 comics, and then my first comic I ever got was the whole Infinity Saga. That was Thanos.
Oh, you walked in mad late.
Well, because I came here in 2001, so I did come here. I came here pretty late. But when I started reading that, and then I would go home because it wasn't cool to read those stuff for the other guys. So it would be like my crime to go home and be like, oh shit,
Right.
and
Yeah.
get like, oh Nebula.
Yeah.
So
his dirty thing.
it was anything, right? So I'd read these comic books, and then I started getting even more and more of everything. And then when I started bringing things to the live action shit coming in, at this point I'm like, all right, it's gonna be different because obviously you got to appease to a wider variety of America. You can't make a lot of things true to the comics because the regular person won't get
Right.
any of the shit. So you got to switch it all up. So now that we're done with phase 1, 2, 3, going to phase 4 and 5, which is they go through phases, right?
Right.
Correct.
So I'm excited that you know what it is? I'm proud of Marvel now because when the LGBTQ56 first came into existence, Marvel could have easily appeased to that crowd immediately.
Right.
So you know what? We're gonna get there, but on our time,
Right.
right?
That's why I actually appreciate the move that they made in Infinity Endgame.
Infinity. I never saw that. Let me know how it goes. Yeah.
Avengers Endgame. No, I deserve the
okay.
shot. I deserve the shot.
Okay.
You got a
It's
trip
the
on this
Bible.
motherfucking shit, man.
Is
I
this-
just man, I got work in the morning. Fuck
Is
y'all.
this the second shot that he was been supposed to take, or is this?
Oh, right.
I think that's the
Knock it
first
out.
shot he was supposed to be
Not at all.
supposed to take.
I'm a bit intoxicated, get it, but I'm not that intoxicated.
Oh, I ain't scared.
So this will make it a third shot,
Yeah,
right?
this will be the third
Okay, cool.
And honestly, you need to quadruple that shit with your Google that you about to
Hey, that's what makes this actually fun.
hold on. For America, South Florida Goop
I need you to
is not referring to Asian people. I know that's a slur, allegedly, according to Wikipedia. In South Florida, when you're Googling, man, you're fucking up. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you Googling, dog. So I'm Googling.
They could go check out our previous episode. You explained it.
No, I gotta explain it again.
Again and again.
You know what I'm saying? Because they fans might come and they don't know.
Individuals.
It's like you have to know. Google me, hey man, you're fucking up, tighten up, man. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? No, you know what I'm saying? I will definitely fuck Asian bitches.
Boom.
You see what I'm
Shout out to Jeezy. He got a new Asian bitch. Just putting that out there.
Yes.
Yeah, he got a new Asian bitch.
Supposedly she was
What-
trash.
Hey, we go Trapper Thai. Yeah, feel me?
Trapper tie.
I prefer
At the
the
same
seafood
time.
pancake myself.
I get it.
Shout out
I
to y'all
prefer
Chicago,
seafood pancake. Thank you very much.
Trapper tie.
bro. Trapper Thai. Ooh, that was.
I don't do that.
Shout out to 1-800. What that play called?
Black women.
1-800.
Hard lucky.
Yeah, but there could be.
It's
Asian
a Winwood.
black
It's a good
women.
place.
It's
It's
like
good
there could be
ramen.
Spanish black women.
She's
There
very,
could be-
very
spicy.
I like
Ooh,
ramen.
actually, if you seen her, she kind of looks
Very
Asian black.
spicy. Those Asians
Not-
like spice
not
a lot more
body-wise.
than
Nah,
Americans.
she kind of thick for an Asian chick.
No,
I done fucked with Asian bitches before, so I can give you my honest opinion. Like, I done had my plethora of Asian women, so like, I'm giving you that this woman she tight work. She good for
No,
Jesus.
it's like given. She might be
She's,
absolutely gorgeous. However, is she
Of the plastic
100%?
nature? Oh, I don't know. I didn't pay no mind. Like,
Hold on,
I just seen this shit
we get
today.
off topic. Right now,
Like,
the question is,
LGBTQ.
who is gonna be that first openly gay superhero? Because I don't know which one it is.
Right.
Which one they're gonna bring to the film? Because to me, it's like everybody who lives in that city is wondering. It make no sense. But hold on, it don't make no sense. They wonder like, dog. Ever since this, you know what I'm saying, the queer crusader came in this motherfucker, it been an influx of bad guys, and nobody can figure it out. It's just like, what the hell is going on?
Let me go-
No, hold on. They're like, what's going on? Why is more and more bad guys keep coming? And then you gotta realize, because the superhero ain't beating them up, he beating them off. So the bad guy just keep coming back for like, hey man, you know what happened if you go to Gotham, man, you gonna get your this up.
This is his Batman theory. This is
I've been trying to work this joke for a while.
Obviously,
It's a hit or
while.
miss.
So
It's a hit or miss. I get them off.
me,
So-
He ain't beating them up.
So-
He beating them off.
I'm not that deep into Marvel. However,
I guess the
way
joke
they
ain't into
did-
it.
The way they depicted Hulk in the last two movies, I wouldn't be surprised if he turned out to be.
No, well, they had to because of contractual disputes with Universal. Universal owns all the rights to solo Hulk movies.
Yeah.
That's the main problem.
Growing up, that was my favorite.
Because
character.
technically, Thor Ragnarok was a Hulk movie.
Right,
That was
Planet
Planet Hulk.
Yeah, we go
You know
back
what
and
I'm
watch
saying?
it.
And then like, and what pissing me off is like they jumped over there because like what happened beforehand in the comics to make them get them off of the planet was something crazy. And then when they come back, like shit was just nuts. So it's like, I mean, it is, like I said, you can't hold true to the source material in a lot of times.
The General America. And
Correct.
Remember, Mark Ruffalo's on contract, so you have to kind of get him off of that contract, get him off the books. So
To
you-
move forward.
you need to incorporate him. So now in the Disney Streaming Plus service, where they're gonna have come in November, they have a She-Hulk series, like 6-8 episodes of She-Hulk. Hulk is gonna be in that because they need to get him off the books and then renegotiate contracts. So sometimes it's more. Not all right.
Speaking of openly gay superheroes.
Go ahead. What you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say like with Endgame, how they they had that ending scene where all the women miraculously came out of nowhere and banded together to get the glove to the other side of the fucking field. Like that's what I was trying to say. It's a great tie-in because obviously they did need a female representation, but I think that Scarlett Jo was carrying it for a while. Like, how much more do y'all want? And obviously they got what they wanted. They got what they wanted at the time that they wanted it and needed it.
It was pandering.
So now after this, right? It was great pandering. Great pandering because there was no man in that scene other than Spider-Man, who doesn't count because he's a little boy. Little boys don't count against men. So with that scene, now are we gonna pander completely to the female
Well,
audience?
You gotta remember this though.
Because the
there's-
female audience aren't buying tickets. Let's
well,
just say that.
Well, there's a comic book series called the A-Force, and the A-Force contains all women, which is those women you saw there.
Right.
So the first
Rescue.
openly gay, the first openly gay character is going to be the new King of Asgard.
Valkyrie.
She's gonna be the new openly gay and
Queen.
right?
Yeah, but she been a superhero. She been had back vibes.
Yeah, I know she's been had it, but that's gonna be the first openly gay, like
She look like
and she's gay in real life. She's bisexual, I think in real life. I think she's bisexual.
She?
Yeah, can we do a fact check on that? Nah, can you?
That
check?
does count as a shot.
She's
if he's
well, no,
wrong.
I think she's bisexual. So if I'm wrong on that, then we can get it to me. But I think she's bisexual.
Again,
No, if I'm wrong, I think
if
she's
he's
both.
wrong.
Yeah, I think she's. But yeah, that'd be the first one.
Everybody wrong at the same
Yeah,
time.
but that depended to the whole thing that's going on in Hollywood now. And obviously
No, of course.
whatever.
But see, I don't think there's as many women buying tickets as there is men. Men are buying the tickets and the date. Like
No, you're right.
It's going
But keep in mind though, now they have Disney Streaming Plus series. So Disney has their own Netflix type setup now.
right. My
So-
dog Burns coming through. That's the
She's
age
bi,
though, right?
Yeah, so she's bi.
Okay.
So no shots. Thank God now.
Thank you.
She's gaming now.
No, but so now with the whole Streaming Plus service is that you can do now 6 to 8 episodes or something
Guaranteed.
without dumping like $70 million into something, right?
Oh, easily.
So you can give me an A-Force movie with all women, and all these movies are going to connect to the Marvel universe.
Right.
So
Yeah, they're already doing it with
low-key-
She-Ra. They're already doing
Yeah.
it with, like,
See, but that's a good thing because I brought that shit up a while ago. Steven Spielberg said it damn near a decade ago. He said that in the future, TV shows are going to be movies, and movies are going to be blockbusters. Period. Which is what you're seeing now. Every movie now that is in movie theater, they're grossing over $1 billion every single time, minimum.
Yeah.
The big movies from the big studios.
Yeah.
And then on TV shows, what do you see? You're seeing shit like Game of Thrones.
Swamp Thing, Game of Thrones.
anybody talk about
Swamp Thing
that?
was hard. I'm sorry. Swamp Thing was hard.
Well, it was probably got canceled.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like little shit, like they are literally movies. Like the cost of that, like you got to take into account.
Feature
Get
film.
Out. Get Out cost $2 million.
Right.
Maybe 2.5 on the happy scale.
So, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what did it rake in? It raked over $300 and some million. You know what that's called? That's called a motherfucking success in Hollywood.
Right.
So Steven Spielberg was completely right in his evolution of how it's going to go, and that literally is how it's going. Low budget movies no longer exist.
At all.
None of that
That's
shit
facts.
exists. They became TV shows. They became stuff like that, and that's what you're witnessing in this aspect, which is actually what's scarier. Everybody's praising this Disney streaming shit, and to me, it's like it's horrible. Because it's consolidating more things. It's consolidating power into very few corporations, and everything is becoming like what motherfuckers fought to eradicate in the 20s and the 30s and stuff like that, monopolies and things
Yeah,
like that.
well, that's why when Spider-Man pulled out of the whole Sony arrangement, right? Sony doesn't no longer, Marvel no longer has access to Spider-Man anymore until they figure things out.
Mm-hmm.
You would say that, okay, well, Disney right now could probably buy Sony.
Correct.
The government won't let it happen.
Hey, we have
The
monopoly.
government had a harder time letting this deal go through.
Than the AT&T and T-Mobile deal.
Right. Comcast came in and said, look, I'll give you $60.2 billion cash. And Disney and Fox said, you know what? No, we can't do it. We're going to sell to Disney because Disney's giving us profit sharing on top of what they're giving us cash-wise. We're going to hold off on this. So that will never happen. That's why, and Disney spent too much money. They just acquired Hulu now.
Right.
So-
It's a triple package
Yeah.
actually when you
Yeah.
get their platform.
Exactly. So now,
The Wu-Tang Saga's the only
But
thing they
they've
got
been
right now.
acquired.
But the Wu-Tang
well,
Saga is
no,
hard.
they're acquired. They had a percentage at first.
No, that's
Exactly.
facts.
And then they fully now acquired Hulu now. So now
They
you
got
get
some
it back.
the rest
stars,
But it will never be a monopoly too
Stars
much of
hasn't had a
it.
hit
I like what you're
since-
saying.
But it is a monopoly. In the definition sense, it is a monopoly, and that's the problem. The more everybody's talking about all this progressive shit, it's actually a regressive shit. We've been going through all this shit before, and it was a big problem. The wage gap and everything like that that's going on right now in this country has never been as bad as in the 20s, when it was completely out of control. So it seems like we're regressing back to the very same things that we removed. You know what I'm saying? So where is the happy medium? Because clearly there's no happy medium.
What's the problem then? So,
Everybody owns everything.
So fuck Marvel,
There's too
fuck all
many
that shit.
lanes,
Well,
too
let's
many
let's fuck all that political, all that Marvel shit, right? Let's talk about job security. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
That's
So
what it's about.
technology is not taking over most of what man can do. An automated system now can do what a lot of people can't do anymore. So if you're a Fortune 500 company, you're saying to yourself, hey, I need to hire these IT guys that can build me an augmented system that can take over a lot of
20,
what
30
I don't
guys'
need
jobs.
you to do anymore.
No more jobs.
So that's
No
why
more.
now, even though IT is high demand, at a certain point, IT won't be high demand anymore.
It won't exist.
Nursing won't be high demand because right now you go on TV, you watch a TV channel, you watch Maury, right? You're home on a school day, Maury comes on. You see like Kaiser College, you see all the shit. Are you at home? What are you doing at home, man?
Hey, you
Got
at
a
home,
phone?
you fucking
Go
bum
get
piece of
it.
shit, motherfucker.
Get up, man. Go
You
sign
been
up,
dropped
man.
out. You smoking mad
Like,
weed and
what are
shit.
you doing, man?
Like,
Go
what the
sign
fuck,
up.
bro? Like, you tried to trap, but it didn't work out. Like, look at you, like an asshole, watching me on TV.
So the happy medium
Bitch.
is
And then he ends off with this. It's easy. Nigga.
so the moral of the story is it's like, okay, people go to college for 4 years, right? They do whatever for 4 years, right? They don't get an internship on what they want to do. So if you go to school for A&R, in this 4 years, they work at Wendy's for 4 years.
Is there even a school for A&R?
Well, you go intern somewhere at Sony, you go intern somewhere in the music business, get that experience. But if you're at Wendy's for 4 years, you finally graduate, and they're like, yo, so what's your experience? In these 4 years of college, you didn't get a job at a lawyer's office, an intern.
No field
You didn't do
experience.
anything at nothing. You just were working at Wendy's because you wanted to party too
Whoa,
much.
whoa. Now I know personally certain people that they got master's degrees and things of that nature, and they're still not able to get jobs. Now, mind you, this was a couple years ago, but it was like the same kind of bait and switch kind of ordeal that they was doing. Like, oh, boom, you need this, and that. She got this, and that, and then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, but you ain't got no experience.
No.
But the thing is, if you got a master's degree, why would you work a 15-hour? You know what I'm
Job.
saying?
Facts.
You know
I
what I'm saying?
already-
Per hour
Right.
job. It makes no sense.
Wait, so let's take a step back because maybe I'm a little cavemanish. So you do 4 years. So that's what, a bachelor's, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 years associates,
I mean,
4 years bachelor's. What's
yo, dog, I
what's a
dropped
master?
out of 5
Six,
universities,
5 or 6.
bro. You talking to
5
the
or 6
wrong
is a
guy.
master.
Depending on
No,
the
no, I'm
field,
saying
right.
5 or 6 is a master.
Talking to the wrong guy, cuz.
So if you do that now,
The work experience you already passed.
what I'm saying is when people go to college now, and this is good to research right now. If you're going to college now, look up what your degree is making.
Right.
Make it make sense in the words of check.
Right. With the time spent equals the amount of pay you deserve.
Because what you're paying in school loans, what are you now going to make in career-wise annually?
Right.
Because if that shit don't make sense,
It don't make
because
dollars.
you're not, it doesn't. So you come out of college for 4 years, 6 years. What you're paying in college loans and what you're making annually is it's good to the man that's making $30,000. But what you're paying in school loans now, you're not making that money. You're not seeing that money.
Right. Or overcoming as far as profit to pay back that loan.
Exactly.
Right.
So you're not
Wait
seeing
a minute,
that.
so you telling me there is no upwards mobility in being a
There
lesbian liberal arts major?
No.
You're kidding me. You're kidding me.
Listen,
The art of, I got a master's in the art of cunnilingus.
that's
You are
that's
shitting me.
Stupid as shit. What I'm saying is, if you're going to college, people say money and everything, but goddamn, it's something. If
No,
you're
but
going to
that's the problem. The real problem is everybody's going to college. They're majoring in dumbass shit.
Right. Like
They're not
cannabis.
majoring in shit
What
that
the
you get
fuck?
money in.
I mean,
It-
look,
I
you're
mean,
getting money in
it's just
cannabis,
one
but
of
no,
the
it's not in the same way. You're gonna tell me you're now
Bro.
a fucking
Cannabis
botanist? Yeah, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Professor.
The same thing, the same botany that you're gonna grow that weed plant is the same shit a nigga could do at home on YouTube. Like, it ain't never stopped the motherfucker.
It's
in
a
his
hustle,
day.
dog. You don't
Right,
get
I
mad
know
at
it's
the
a
hustler, bro.
right,
You don't
right,
get
right.
mad at the hustler.
No, you get back to hustle.
You don't. That's what I'm saying. You don't get mad. You know what I'm saying? It's the game. You don't. You know what I'm saying?
But you gotta get, that's why you hate the game. But if you hate the game, that,
It's the
that
game.
doesn't mean
you
you can't
yeah,
play.
Fuck that shit.
Oh.
You pay bread to go into the game.
Right, right.
It's as simple as that.
That's why you gotta pay to play.
A motherfucker sat across from you at a desk. Was like, hey man, are you sure you want to do? You sure you want to do lesbian liberal arts? Oh yeah.
And you said yeah. Right.
And then you're giving your reasons why. And then like, man, I mean,
Sign
I'm
on the
sure.
dotted line,
It-
right.
It's
Oh, he
literally,
ain't gonna even
it's
ask you
literally
right.
only 2 bitches in 376 years.
Right.
That no, I want to do that.
Right. Sign
These are 2 Anglo-Saxon ass bitches that ain't got nothing. You know, oh no,
Ain't
no,
nothing to lose.
no,
Right, right,
I
right.
don't want to do that, sir.
And it's why I tell people.
And then you know, and then you want to cry to me, tell me, a motherfucker got to pay your goddamn student loan. Honestly, fuck y'all. Do what your boy did. I done dropped out of 5 universities. I learned a lot. I learned a lot because they got to know, security got to know my face. So
Right.
even after I dropped out, I was still posted at UF. You already know what it is. I was still posted. And
Trespassing.
I was
So allegedly.
No, yeah. You trying to get me deported? Me?
Allegedly, nigga. Allegedly, bro.
I'm just telling you what it is. You gotta know what it is. And it, you know what I'm saying? I'll tell you one thing. The worst class I ever skipped to after I dropped out was they were telling me about dinosaur bones, man. I'm over there like, yo, dog, I'm a grown ass man learning about dinosaur bone. Fuck this dinosaur bone. I
See,
want to
that's-
know about business.
and that's the whole thing about the whole system too. Now, even when I've been out of school for 2007, so over 10 years, right? It's more so now like I got to teach my son about credit and mortgages and
Write his own taxes, which it shouldn't even be a
and
service.
even credit limits, because they'll be finding out credit limit. Let's say that, right?
Right.
You can't spend half of that, because if you do, that impedes your credit.
Right.
So we got to do that. So why can't the school system adjust to the times now, nigga? I went to algebra, bro.
They don't want to.
Square root of what?
Right.
Nigga,
You never solved X. It
I've solved it, but I don't use it.
No, I'm saying today. I'm
Today,
saying.
I'm like, you press
X
it in front of me,
is
I'm
there.
like, you're like,
Right. X is already there
What's
for
X?
you.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Everybody always